Hi there, welcome to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me today. We're gonna be going through what to do with a chicken when they have a dislocated leg, and stay tuned till the end because we'll be going through some signs and symptoms to look out for and how to treat a chicken with a dislocated leg. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. So there's nothing quite like seeing your hens and roosters strutting around the coop or run marching about like they own the place. Having happy, healthy chickens can put a smile on any chicken owner's face, but what do you do when that strut no longer happens? A common issue that many chicken owners face is dealing with birds who have dislocated legs. But the good news is that a chicken with a dislocated leg is nothing to panic about. While this can be a dangerous situation, it's fairly easy to prevent, and there are treatment options. So first, let's get into what causes dislocated legs in chickens. One of the first things that can cause a dislocated leg is trying to fit through small spaces. As we all know, chickens are naturally curious and exploratory creatures. As such, they may try to squeeze through small spaces in coops or runs that are not designed for their size, resulting in leg injuries. This can include attempting to fit through narrow doorways or gaps in fencing that aren't meant for their body shape. Another way they can dislocate their leg is jumping. Chickens are quite excitable and often jump up and down in their pens or runs. When they hop off the perch in the morning, this can also be a problem, especially if you don't have the perches or roosts installed at the right height. In most cases, this is harmless fun for the birds, but if they land awkwardly or on an uneven surface, it can result in a dislocated leg. Another way they can dislocate their leg is if they got caught in something like wire. Chickens also tend to get their legs caught on things like wire, nails, or other sharp edges in their environment. This can happen when trying to navigate around obstacles or when simply exploring their surroundings. Usually this only leads to small scratches and scrapes. Major run-ins can lead to breaks or dislocations. Another way a chicken can get a dislocated leg is getting stepped on or crushed by other birds. As much as we love them, chickens aren't the most agile and they can easily get stepped on or crushed by other birds in their coop or run. This can lead to serious injuries, including a dislocated leg. Another way chickens can get a dislocated leg is actually if you're trying to catch them by the legs. It can be tempting to catch them by their legs as it seems like an easy way to pick them up. It immobilizes them, and when they're turned upside down, often calms them. However, this can put a lot of stress on their joints and potentially lead to a dislocation. Another way that they can get a dislocated leg is a predator attack. If a predator has gotten a hold of one of your chickens and tried to bring it down, it may result in a dislocated leg, especially if the predator tried to drag a chicken through a too small opening, like a gap in a fence. And the other ways that chickens can actually get a dislocated leg is genetic predispositions, obesity, overcrowding, and nutritional deficiencies. But now let's get into the difference between a dislocated and a broken leg. Now, if you're someone who raises chickens, you need to know the difference between the two. This knowledge can make sure you provide the proper treatment to your feathered friends, which can improve their chances of healing and returning to their normal activities. In general, a dislocated leg is when the leg joint is pulled out of its socket. On the other hand, a broken leg is when the bone is fractured or broken. Although the symptoms of both may seem similar, there are some visible differences. If a chicken's leg is dislocated, it will usually hang or dangle from the hip joint, leaving it unable to support its weight and move around properly. Compared to a broken leg, the dislocated leg may appear swollen, and you may also hear popping or clicking sound when you handle the affected leg. Broken legs, however, will cause the chicken's leg to appear shorter than the other and may even be twisted or bent in an unnatural angle. The chicken may also experience extreme pain and discomfort, leading to an unwillingness to stand or move around. You may even see the bone itself popping out from the leg area. Now, what are the risks of not treating a dislocated leg? If left untreated, a dislocated leg can lead to serious complications for your bird and even put its life in danger. First and foremost, perhaps most obviously, a dislocated leg can cause your bird to experience a lot of pain, obviously. And if your chicken can't move around properly, it may not be able to get access to food and water, which can lead to actually dehydration and malnourishment. Also, a dislocated leg that goes untreated can cause long-term damage to your bird's joints, muscles, and ligaments. This can lead to chronic pain and mobility issues and even make the bird more vulnerable to future injuries. And if a chicken can't move around properly, also becomes more vulnerable to threats from predators and even other chickens who will target the injured animal and peck it mercilessly. In some cases, a dislocated leg that isn't treated can lead to a life-threatening infection. If your chicken's unable to keep the dislocated joint clean and free of dirt and other contaminants, it can become infected and spread throughout the bird's system. So it's important to address the dislocated leg as soon as possible or as soon as you notice it. All right, now let's talk about what signs to look out for. But before I get into that, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also subscribe to our website, thehappychickencoop.com. If you subscribe using the link in the description, you'll receive a free ebook on the 10 best egg laying chicken breeds. All right, now that you know the causes and dangers of a dislocated leg situation, let's get into these signs. The first sign is squatting instead of walking. It's a pretty obvious indication of pain or discomfort. Another one is high temperature. If you suspect your chicken has a fever along with other symptoms, like the other symptoms I'll go through here shortly, it's best to make sure to consult with a vet. If your chicken is running a fever, it means that its body's trying to fight off an infection or heal an injury, and the dislocated leg could be to blame for this. Other signs are hopping, limping, and swelling. Your chicken may be trying to avoid pressure on the affected leg. Swelling is also an indicator caused by fluids building up around the joint. Another symptom is loss of appetite or a drop in egg production. Chickens' egg production can easily be affected by stress. The fact that they have a dislocated leg could actually cause a disruption in their egg production, so be on the lookout for that. Now, let's talk about how to treat a chicken with a dislocated leg. Ultimately, the most important thing is to act quickly and immediately. Treating a dislocated leg can be tricky, but with proper care and attention, your chicken can make a full recovery. Here are some steps to take. Number one, isolate the chicken from the others. This will not only prevent other chickens from accidentally injuring the bird, but it will also reduce the stress and allow the bird to rest and heal. Also, make sure it's getting enough food and water. Make sure the bird has plenty of access to fresh water and feed them a healthy diet that's high in protein to promote healing. You can also use splints or wet wraps to immobilize this dislocated legs. Use these two things, or one of these two things. These can be made from a variety of materials, including popsicle sticks, cotton bandages, and even tape. Be sure to wrap the leg snugly but not too tightly and check on it regularly to make sure it's not rubbing or causing discomfort. Another obvious one is contact a vet. They can provide additional advice and may even suggest surgery to help your chicken heal. And if none of these work and you feel like it's only, making the chicken worse and the chicken's getting more sick, you can cull as a last resort. And this is only when chickens are suffering and it's unlikely that they will recover. It may be necessary. This should only be made after consulting with a vet and considering all other options. Now let's get into the tips on how to prevent this from happening going forward. While you can't always control every single little thing, remember that one of the primary reasons that chickens can experience dislocated legs is because of crowded living spaces. So make sure that your chickens have enough space to move around comfortably and exercise. A good rule of thumb is to provide at least 2 to 3 square feet of space per chicken inside a coop, and even more space in outdoor runs. Believe it or not, the food you feed your chickens can also impact their leg health. Feeding your chickens a healthy diet that is rich in nutrients will help keep their bones strong and their legs healthy. Avoid feeding your chickens too many treats or scraps, as this can throw off nutritional balance. Also, be gentle while handling your birds. While it's important to handle your chickens regularly, whether it's for routine wing trimming or basic health checks, it's important to be gentle when doing so. Rough handling can cause leg injuries or dislocations, so make sure to pick them up carefully and avoid excessive twisting or pulling. Remember also that dirty living conditions can lead to a buildup of bacteria and other harmful substances. This can weaken your chicken's immune systems and make them more susceptible to injuries. So make sure to clean out your chicken coop regularly and provide fresh bedding for your chickens to rest on. This will give them a nice cushion to make leg injuries less common. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out this one over here. That's going to do it for us at the Happy Chicken Coop. Thanks for listening. If you find our content interesting, if you learned something new, be sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.